Hello everyone, it's great to walk with you again. Today, while we walk, I'll summarize an incredibly intense story, one defined by the thrill of the chase and powerful imagery, The Most Dangerous Game by Richard Connell. This original masterpiece inspired modern hits like The Hunger Games and Squid Game. What would you do if you realized you were no longer the hunter, but had become the prey? Sanger Rainsford, a world-famous big game hunter, falls overboard and finds himself on an isolated island in the middle of the ocean. There, he meets General Zaroff, a Russian aristocrat and a fellow master hunter. But Zaroff has grown bored of hunting beasts because they lack the ability to reason. To satisfy his predatory instinct, he's invented a new game, hunting humans, wretches salvaged from shipwrecks he deliberately orchestrates. The game begins. Rainsford has 3 days to survive in a deadly jungle, while Zaroff stalks him with a rifle. Let's dive into the harrowing human hunt of the most dangerous game. Shiptrop Island and the Devil's Invitation. Sanger Rainsford is on his way to the Amazon to hunt jaguars. However, fate takes a dark turn when he accidentally falls overboard into the pitch-black night. After a grueling struggle against the waves, Rainsford washes ashore an island with a haunting name, Shiptrap Island. In the heart of the misty jungle stands a palatial chateau resembling a medieval castle. Its owner is General Zaroff, an exiled Russian aristocrat with an elegant manner but eyes that harbor a chilling coldness. Zaroff welcomes Rainsford with fine wine and gourmet food, but behind this hospitality lies a sickening truth. Zaroff reveals he has grown bored of hunting beasts because they lack the ability to reason. To satisfy his predatory instinct, he's invented a new game, hunting humans, wretches salvaged from shipwrecks he deliberately orchestrates. When the hunter becomes the prey. Horrified by Zaroff's brutality, Rainsford flatly refuses to join the hunt as a partner. Consequently, he's thrown into the game as the prey. Zaroff gives Rainsford a hunting knife, a small stash of food, and a 3-hour head start into the vast jungle. The rules are simple. If Rainsford survives for 3 days, he's free. If not, he becomes the latest trophy in the madman's macabre collection. Deadly traps in the deep jungle. Instead of fleeing in despair, Rainsford decides to use his expertise to fight back. A breathless battle of wits unfolds beneath the dense canopy. First, he constructs a Malay man-catcher, a falling tree trap that wounds Zaroff's shoulder and forces him to retreat temporarily. Next, at a treacherous swamp, he digs a Burmese tiger pit. One of Zaroff's finest hounds falls to its death, yet the general remains undeterred. Finally, Rainsford sacrifices his only knife to create a spring-loaded spear trap which successfully kills the giant Ivan. However, every time Zaroff finds Rainsford, he merely smiles and intentionally lets him escape. Zaroff doesn't want the game to end too soon. He's savoring his opponent's fear like a fine vintage wine. The leap of faith and the final counter-strike. Cornered at the edge of a towering cliff with the roaring sea and jagged rocks below, Rainsford has no choice but to plunge into the abyss. Zaroff stands at the edge, convinced the game has ended with the challenger's death. He casually returns to his chateau, enjoys a luxurious dinner, and retires to his bedroom, smug in his victory. But as Zaroff pulls back the curtains, a shadow emerges from the darkness. It is Rainsford. He didn't drown. He swam around the island and infiltrated the house through the window. A final lethal duel ensues right in the luxury of the bedroom. The next morning, Rainsford wakes up feeling he has never slept in a more comfortable bed. As for General Zaroff, his body was fed to his own hounds. The hunter had finally become the hunted. The outro. Rainsford won, but is he the same man who first stepped onto that island? After tasting the fear of the prey and taking a human life, will he become the next Zaroff? And with that question, our walk also ends here. Thank you for walking with me to the end of the journey, and see you again soon in another adventure with so many more amazing books and stories. Goodbye for now.